Greetings everyone and welcome to the playoff stage of the Kanto Arena. We've got 8 beautiful people who have advanced to the quarterfinals and are now looking to make their way all the way to the finals. Let us begin with the matches. Our first match is between Kattt and JoJo. While both are very highly ranked and have gotten many results before, JoJo is undoubtedly the superior player based on his track record on doing well in the previous tournaments. Also, JoJo is a very defensive player and Kattt is not very well known for her offense, so these matches may go on for a long while with JoJo likely taking it in the end. Can Kattt pull off the upset? Let's figure this out right now. Alright, for our first quarterfinal match, we've got Kattt going up against JoJo. Kattt, of course, our co-commentator for the quarterfinals as well. Say hi.
Hi. So yeah, I'm commentating my own match again. It worked against Macro, but it did not work against Noob but better than you. So yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, so Kattt has not done a lot of commentating over her own matches, so let's hope that she can keep concentration as well as on both her commentating and the game. But if you do feel like you need more concentration on the game, you can leave it to me, you know?
My hands are shaking. I'm nervous already. I mean, JoJo is by far the hardest player I've gone up against. I beat him in our warm-up match, but that means nothing. No one ever tries hard in the warm-up match. It's a well-known fact.
Yeah, JoJo is the second most accomplished player in this game, I do believe, as far as results go.
I have full farm now, though.
That's great. JoJo might be lacking some flame, or at least he was for a moment there.
He seems okay now. Or both just looks like kind of playing it chill.
It's good to start off chill, just to see what your opponent does and react accordingly.
And hopefully my hands will react as well as my brain does.
JoJo using the bombs to take cover. I mean the boxes to take cover.
Don't use the bombs to take cover, that's
suboptimal.
That's
Unless you're using one flame bombs, which neither of you are.
Which is not the best strategy for a tournament.
It's a good strategy if there's not a lot of good chances to farm in like an 8-player lobby or so.
Oh my god.
That was a close one. At the rate that this is going, this game might be one of those that reaches sudden death at 3 minutes.
It could be. It could very well be. We're both playing it very safe here.
The first win is very important, because the first win is the first game dictates the pace of the game, as far as the results might go later.
I think JoJo's afraid of missing his kicks here. He always says that's his biggest weakness when it comes to tournaments.
I wonder what the exact mistakes were that he did against me in the other finals that made him lose in the end.
At least I'm not getting killed instantly, that's a plus. But of course this is JoJo, he plays it safe. Oh yeah, this is the first game to go to sudden death.
Appropriate for the playoff stage.
JoJo told me once that sudden death was his home.
That's so.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
As in, he he feels comfortable playing sudden death. Oh, I almost got him there. Did you see that?
I did see that. That was a close call.
But he almost got me several times too. So.
Oh, and you actually got him!
I got him! I got him! Oh my gosh! I'm so excited.
Well done.
At least it's not gonna be a 4-0. Oh. Okay, so I apologize for the screaming in advance. I'm a little bit overexcited right now.
It makes sense, you know, taking a game against someone at the level of JoJo.
The first one too. Honestly, if I were to give JoJo some advice against me, I think I would tell him to, like, honestly, I still think he's gonna win this anyway, but I think he'll win it easier if he goes more aggressive against me, because my hands are shaking, and it's gonna be harder for me to play aggressively than it is gonna be for me to play defensively.
But then again, taking it aggressively against someone that might be taking it defensively in you is also a bit risky.
That is true.
He wants to make sure he wins, so he wants to take it. He wants to take clean games.
I mean, it didn't work last time though.
By last time you mean last tournament or?
Last game, I mean. Which... Oh, someone's trying to call me right now. I am not going to answer.
Goof.
I'm just gonna try and play it safe again in this game because...
Both players doing very precise tactics to try to catch their opponents off guard. Well dodged.
Almost got me there. That made me a little bit nervous because of how close it was. Is JoJo full, does it look like?
I believe he is.
Almost killed myself there.
Another game that's going very long.
He's trying to catch me there by placing a bomb last minute where I won't expect it, but I've played JoJo quite a bit. We trained together a lot for the past tournaments because we were both kind of rooting for each other to win. Well, I was more rooting for him to win because he had a higher chance, but he wanted me to do well still, so we trained together a bit, so I'm familiar with his playstyle.
And that's
Oh! I saw that coming, but my brain was slow.
Yeah. JoJo looks like his main strategy of defense is to wait around a long while until you make a mistake like that.
Yeah.
Where he changed one of his older bombs into one of your newest placed bombs that you might be trying to kick.
Yeah. I would say, tell me what you think of this, but I would say that one of JoJo's other weaknesses is probably his farming.
I don't think that's the case for him. I mean, he does not have the fastest farm in the world, but I think compared to some other people, he still has a pretty decent farm. It's clean.
Compared to Kanto?
Well, Kanto is one of them, yeah.
Oh. Kanto is what? Oh, not the fastest farmer, yeah.
Well, compared to some other people
Not
as well,
one,
I think his farm is fairly clean.
I think that last game I was low on boots, and that screwed me over that time. Because farming isn't my strong point either.
It's all about making as many boxes explode as early on as possible.
Yeah. Seem to be getting a better farm this game though. Ish. I only have 2 bombs, but that's remedying itself. I mean, I have 6 boots, so that's very good for surviving against someone like JoJo.
If you can get aggressive now, you could potentially get JoJo back, but JoJo seems to be doing good on farm as well. He's got all the items now.
Me too. Tried to box glitch me there, but I'm not gonna fall for that.
Yeah, you two are too good to fall for something like that.
That would be just sad. Oh, I missed a kick there. Can't be missing kicks against JoJo.
That could have been some good potential to use there, but not the case this time.
For me or him?
For you.
I kind of want to get rid of these boxes. I don't really like fighting with boxes.
I don't mind fighting with boxes, as long as they're not used against me.
Well, I'm trying to avoid them getting used against me.
That's a good chance to get rid of boxes, I guess. Just don't get pinned to the wall.
Yeah.
That's what I would do against JoJo. Just pin him against the wall, and then block it.
He seems like he's kind of finding his rhythm more this time.
He
did say before that his hands were shaky.
Alright. Good dodges, good dodges. He seems to be doing lots of triangles. Like a lot of them.
But that's one of the things. That's one of the things that he trained me in when we were training for the 2v2 tournament, triangles, because we were going to be fighting against Noob and Mirwen, and Noob is the triangle king.
So far, this match is looking to be a lot more even than I initially thought, which is really good. You both are surviving.
Your faith in me is so heartwarming. Oh, it got me. I barely made it to sudden death.
Just barely. Now we've got 2 games that have gone to sudden death.
So it's 2-1? Is
3-1.
that or 3-1? 3-1. Okay.
Which means one more win for JoJo, and he's gonna move on. Can Kattt give
potentially to fight you, right?
No, I'm on the opposite side of the bracket.
Oh right, yeah, you guys would be in the finals together if you both win your matches.
Yeah. The groups are set up so that the 2 people advancing from each group cannot face off again until the finals.
I see.
So both JoJo and I were in Group A, so neither of us can face off until the finals again.
I see. Getting a pretty good farm here. Yeah, I'm full now. He's just trying to triangle me, but really.
JoJo is also doing a lot of that safe in the middle of all the bombs strategies. Just placing down a bunch and then staying on one empty square that doesn't have a flame on it. And JoJo seems to be running away a lot from the bombs, just to make sure he stays safe so that he cannot be unexpectedly yeeted.
I'm not even trying to kill him right now. I was just trying to...
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, JoJo is definitely playing the scaredy cat style. Very similar to Dapper in that sense.
Does he remind you the most of Dapper right now in this tournament?
Yeah, the fact that he keeps dodging and just running away. If your aggression was better, you could really do well against him.
Yeah, but aggression's never been my strong point in BombTag. I'm always kind of a defensive player.
Yeah. These are some long games, which are to be expected from JoJo, especially.
Yeah.
Being a super defensive player against...
Well, I mean, JoJo against me, especially. Like, we're
Yeah.
a bad combination if you want short games.
JoJo does not try killing, you do not try killing, and it just ends up like this.
It's more like I don't trust myself to not kill myself.
And another sudden death. Careful.
Whoa, I thought I killed myself there, but I think that was a lag or something. Oh,
Oof.
it takes it.
Yeah. Well, that was a really long match that went on for like 15-16 minutes. And the first match does go to JoJo. He moves on to the round of 4, to the semi-finals. GG, well played, Kattt.
You too. I mean, what?
We won't be seeing you anymore, but we will still have you as a co-commentator, so that'll be nice.
Me some more, even though you won't be seeing me.
Yeah. We won't see you play, but we will hear you commentate.
Yes, you will.
Alright. Time to move on to the next match. Our second match is between BingBangBoom and Kanto. While their ranks appear similar, their playing experience is not, since BingBangBoom has got many other accounts that are higher rank than his current one. In addition, BingBang has gotten more previous tournament results that are all pretty okay. However, Kanto is a very sneaky player that plays surprisingly well. He could easily take games off of anyone and in fact advanced from his group in first place, taking down Mirwen and FlyerKid in the process. Can this guy continue his reign of terror? Stay tuned to find out. The second match of the quarterfinals will be between BingBangBoom and Kanto.
So this should be a fun match to watch. These both are formidable players, and yeah, I'm really excited about this. Kanto looks like he is ready to go.
Hopefully they will start soon. There we go. We have begun
Nice.
game number 1.
Yeah.
BingBangBoom has been in many tournaments before.
Many? Really?
Yeah,
2 others, I think.
yeah, that's many considering there's only been like 5 before. This is the 6th one.
That's true. Kanto's doing his nerve-wracking farming style again.
Yeah.
I
Bang
mean,
does,
hey, you got first place. I'm not one to judge his farming style.
and
Just get your boots.
he blew up his items. Bang does have lots of alt accounts that he likes to play the game with as well, but for today he is playing as the character he has played the rest of the matches with.
No, his first tournament, oh yeah, for this tournament, yes, but for his first tournament, he played on his original account, BJJ, and
later,
the last 2 tournaments is BingBangBoom.
I don't remember if he did one as Daddy Smurf, but he has
I
played.
don't think so. I'm pretty sure he did. Let's hope that not all the matches end in draws now.
That would lead to a very long match, yes. Which long matches are great, but if they're all draws, then that doesn't really lead us anywhere.
JoJo and I had a lot of long matches, but that's because JoJo was playing Dapper Wolf style. I don't think we got any draws.
Yeah, you two did not have any draws.
Okay. It was just a lot of sudden death.
You had
Looks
a lot
like
of...
Kanto's managed to get mostly full farm, despite his
I was slightly off position.
arm. Burnt his arm.
Bang takes the first game. Let's see if Kanto can even it up early on, or if Bang takes a further lead.
I think Kanto's in kind of a weird... Wait, are these two like in similar time zones? I think they might be in kind of similar time zones.
Similar time zones, yeah. I believe you said that Kanto is from Kazakhstan.
Yep. What?
He tried his very tight farming.
You know what? You see what I mean though? By sometimes Kanto plays like a pure ninja, and sometimes he just doesn't.
That's why I feel like Kanto's farming style is unnecessarily risky.
Yeah. It's good for possibly training when you're not actually competing, but it's not good for competing.
And we've got a good example in JoJo, who does the safest thing ever in every match.
Which is for the people.
Just run away from bombs. Just don't stay near bombs. Just constantly run away and hope your opponent makes a mistake.
Yeah, I mean that worked with me.
That worked with many people, including Dapper Wolf back when he was the greatest player. One of them at least.
Did he? He was a finalist, right, with you
Yeah.
in the tournament that you guys did together?
Yeah, I believe that was at least once, maybe even twice.
Okay. Has Dapper ever won a tournament?
Nope.
Okay. Looks like Kanto's now pulling out some ninja moves. He needs some more fire, though. He's just not even trying to go for the fire. And
Yeah, Kanto did not have a great farm. He got every item before fire, and he refused to farm any further.
I'm wondering if BingBang's gonna take this, because Kanto seems to be not playing with his A game today.
Perhaps a bit off rhythm.
Yeah.
Kanto did get out of his group in third place. That
Yeah,
was
he
beat Flyer Kid.
Yeah. There's some really impressive games he played there, so I was actually kind of expecting him to come in first here, but maybe not, because he's not... Wouldn't you say he's not playing as well as he did last time? Killing himself and...
I don't know if it's about being more reckless than what he normally is, but also Bang is great in his own on his own as well. Bang does great things.
Yeah, that is true.
When Kanto is playing well, it's just not going...
Oh, okay. That went well. He
Yeah.
seems like he's finding his groove, maybe. So it's 2-1 now, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Kanto's
See if Kanto's
playstyle...
gonna do reverse. Go ahead.
Like, I think Kanto's playstyle is good enough. It's good against most people, but Bang maybe had his number for the first two games and was able to take these first two. And maybe Kanto was a bit off rhythm, but Kanto has figured out what he did wrong against Bang first.
So now it's just a matter of seeing if Kanto can adapt.
Well,
Pretty
Kanto
much.
Kanto has adapted at least for one game. We'll see if he can
Yeah.
continue.
Yes. He seems like he's taking his farm a little bit more seriously now.
Missing a couple of boots, but he's alright now.
Looks like, yeah, he got boots. Does he need fire, or...
No, I believe he has everything now.
Okay. So it's just a matter of seeing who makes a mistake first. Looks like Bang's mostly dodging right now.
Yeah, Kanto's got some great counter attacks going on.
Looks like Big Bang Bing Bang is playing a little bit more defensively right now.
Bang is doing a lot more.
Wow, did you see that?
Yeah, that was really good.
That was nice. That was smooth.
Bang
It's
was
2-2.
Yeah. Bang was almost coming back with a good strategy against Kanto, drawing lots of lines and completely demolishing the patterns that Kanto is creating. Alright, after that short little interruption, we may continue. Did I say anything that was important during the beginning of the last round?
Not, not that I remember. We were talking about Kanto adapting versus Bing Bang adapting. Bing Bang's lines versus Kanto's
Oh yeah.
precision.
In case I didn't get in the video, I did say that I think Bang's lines might work very well against Kanto. Since Kanto is very pattern oriented, if Kanto gets control of the board, he is very deadly. So Bang should not let Kanto get control and play his own game.
Oh, that was unfortunate. Kanto just had no boots right there.
Well, also Bang did a little fast strategy. And what's it called? Assault?
Yeah. Kanto's such a good sportsman. I think he just lives for the good games. I don't even know if he cares about winning. He just wants good duels.
Yeah, I'm halfway the same. Like, winning is cool and all, and I prefer winning, but if I get good games, that's fine enough as well.
Yeah. I'd like to see this game go to sudden death. Right here. That would be fun.
I think Kanto might wreck that one.
You think Kanto might what?
I think Kanto might wreck Bang
Yeah.
if it gets to sudden death.
Yeah, I could see that. Kanto seems to be the one with more patience.
Kanto thrives in chaos of his own creation.
Yeah. Okay, and another draw.
Okay, that did not work out too well for the both of them. Bang is still on match point at 3-2.
Yes. I want Kanto to take this one because I want this to go to the full potential.
I do want both players to have the most amount of chances to take the series. That's the most exciting for the video.
I agree. And for me, it's the most exciting for me, spectating over here.
Kanto still doing his unnecessarily complicated farming.
My gosh. This... It's so strange to watch him farm.
I almost don't want to pay attention to that just to not get a heart attack.
Yeah, I know. Oh, that's...
Oh,
Bang takes it.
Bang takes it.
beats him. Wow.
With a 4-2 victory.
Still though, they were good games.
That was a well-played duel.
Yeah.
And with that, we've got half of the quarterfinals played. Now time for the other half. 2 more matches to go. Our third match is between Vaza and NoobButBetterThanYou, who might secretly be Mr. F in disguise, but we're not sure. If he is Mr. F, he has had one tournament result before. It wasn't a great result, but he's grown stronger ever since. Unfortunately, this guy is going up against the reigning champion and the 4-time BomTag tournament champion in Vaza. Will this guy become a Titan Slayer? Only one way to find out. For our third quarterfinal match, we've got yours truly going up against NoobButBetterThanYou.
Yeah, this should be a interesting one to watch. Did he come out first in his... Yeah, he came out first in his bracket.
Yeah.
But he wasn't doing so well in the warm-ups just now.
He beat you
And his
3-0 in the group.
Yes, he did. But his playstyle's not very precise, as JoJo pointed out. So he might struggle against some of the S-tier players. And his farming doesn't seem to be very effective either.
I just want to make sure to actually do well against this guy.
Yeah. He's not the most charming person, so I can't say I'd be sad to see him go. But I'm gonna try not to get too biased here since I'm commentating and all that. Looks like you're both at full farm now, I think.
Yep, we are.
So that's good. Just both kind of kicking each other's bombs around a bit, seeing if you can get the other one to make a mistake, but so far both alive. Some nice dodging going on there. And an attempt at a triangle by kind of both of you collaborating, but again, no one falls for it. I mean, if someone just keeps on doing triangles over and over and over, someone's eventually gonna die from it. Either they kill themselves or they'll kill you. But if you know how to look out for them, it's a lot easier to avoid them. Seems like he's playing fairly aggressively versus you, though. Just waiting for him to kill himself here. I could totally see that happening. He does that a lot when he plays casually.
I'll just try to not die here more than anything else. Don't particularly wish for that to happen.
I mean, that's always a good strategy to have in a tournament, is not dying.
This guy wishes to not die.
Yeah, he really doesn't. It looks like he's chilling a little bit on his aggression now. Because you were able to bully him. Oh, that was a well-timed kick on his part.
Oh well. He'll get the first game, that's fine.
Yeah. That one was like impossible to dodge, honestly.
No, it was possible, I just... The movement was a little bit off.
Yeah.
It is interesting that he is not making many more mistakes right now.
Yeah. Looks like he's able to turn off reckless mode if he wants to. He has a lot of bombs right now, but nothing else it looks like. How's your farm looking?
It's looking fine.
That's good. You're a lot faster than he is right now. That's for sure. If you can reach him before he gets his full speed, he's gonna be in trouble. Yeah, he has like, I think he has no boots actually. Oh. That was a fast game.
That was unfortunate from him having not many boots against someone like me.
Yeah.
But fortunately the game is now evened up, one apiece between us.
I think he's a bit tilted now that he didn't get his boots. I mean, you can't blame him though. I would be tilted if I got a farm with no boots in a tournament.
Yeah, I'll try to be a bit more aggressive against him this round, since his farms are not very lucky right now.
Yeah. I mean, 99% of the time in BomTag, any good player will be 666 by the time they reach each other, but it can happen where you just get no items of a certain kind, like no boots or no flame or no bombs, and then you just get screwed over no matter how good your technique is. As we saw that happen earlier to Flyer Kid in this tournament.
Oof. Really? I thought I was on the other lane. The other column. Weird.
I actually didn't see what happened there.
I placed the bombs on the wrong thing. It was supposed to chain on the left, not onto mine.
Okay.
Walk too far to the right, I guess.
I wonder if this guy actually is smurfing, because I don't know of anybody from Hawaii who plays BombTag unless someone either lies about where they're from. I mean, either he lies about where he's from, they lie about where they're from, or he's just not smurfing. Because Kanto's not smurfing, we discovered. And he's just really good at a low level.
I've got not many good items. Unfortunate.
At least you have speed.
I have max items now, that's fine.
That's good. Looks like you're trying to surprise him a little bit there, but he's staying pretty safe. Just kicking bombs around a lot, it looks like. This guy slides a lot. Oh, that was a nice dodge by you.
Yeah, I did not want to take part in whatever he was throwing out there.
Yeah. He took a little bit too much part in it, it looks like. It's 2-2 now.
Alright, let's hope I can win another 2 games here, because I don't particularly want this guy to move on. Mostly because he lives in Hawaii, and because of that the time zones and the stuffs are gonna be all messed up.
What time is it in Hawaii right now? I'm not familiar at all.
At the time that we did the previous one, it was 5 AM, so probably right now it's like something o'clock.
Okay.
Something early on, o'clock AM.
Something o'clock. Looks like he's not full farm. Yeah. He kinda screwed himself over there.
So
bad
one more game to get the victory.
Yes, match point for you.
At the rate that this is going, this is gonna be totally fine.
Yes.
I had he had one good move in game 1. I had one bad move in game number whatever.
2, no, 3. Oh, he almost trapped himself with his bombs there. His playstyle seems to be fairly erratic as well. Like, he has a very hyper playstyle, I'd say.
Not many bombs right now, but should be fine still.
You said not many bombs right now?
I didn't get him. He wanted to get me really hard there.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna run away from him. Ooh, that was nice dodge.
Almost died.
Yeah, I don't wanna take part in this.
Yeah, he's getting a little bit aggressive now. He really does not want you to win now.
Okay,
Oh,
that was nice
played by
move.
him. Yeah. Yeah, this guy's definitely got some moves. Do you think it's Mr. F, or do you think it's someone else?
There's a good chance he might be Mr. F, so yeah.
Because I know Mr. F is nowhere near Hawaii right now. I think he's currently in Japan or something. But again, that could just be someone saying the wrong time zone so that no one actually figures out who their alt is, which is perfectly doable. Is your farm looking good this round?
Not many boots, but as far as everything else goes, pretty good.
That's good. Looks like he's just getting a fairly even amount. I think he might be full now. Nope, he's not quite full. He needs more bombs and fire. Oh, he's a little bit stuck. Oh, but he unstuck himself. You're just trying to sneak in with some triangles, I see. Oh, and
Okay, he got himself.
triangles or something. It was fast. I didn't quite see what happened.
It was a much closer match than I wanted it to be, but it's fine. I still got the dub in the end, so it's totally fine. Pure luck. Yes, totally pure luck.
Right.
And that's that. There's one more quarterfinal match left to go. And our final quarterfinal match is between BomberPenguKing and Mirwen. Mirwen had the toughest and the longest path to get out of her group out of anyone in this tournament, while Pengu topped her group in 3rd place. Both of them have also done really well in the past tournaments. Both of these players can be described as sneaky and surprising, as both could easily take games off of even the strongest players in the game. But which one will race victorious this time around? Let's put their skills to the test. For our final quarterfinal match, we've got Pengu going up against Mirwen.
This should be a good match. They're both some of the top level players in this game. Mirwen used to be more defensive, but she's gotten, I don't know, more of a counter-attacker liner. She's developed more into that, I'd say. And Pengu is very defensive and very precise.
Pengu is the surprise type of style where he surprises their opponents with unexpected bombs in unexpected places.
Yes. She's very sneaky. And Mirwen the Destroyer.
Uh-oh. Can you repeat the final 3 seconds?
I said we can call her Mirwen the Destroyer of Patterns because she is very much a liner with her playstyle.
Yeah, exactly.
And she double kicks, as you pointed out in the last time we watched her fight. She double kicks quite a bit too.
There's some
Looks like they're both full, or no? Maybe Pengu wasn't quite full.
Mirwen likes to keep. Mirwen likes to keep one lane empty for her. Oh, and Bomber.
Nice by Pengu.
Bomber with a good counter on that. Mirwen likes to stay one. Mirwen is the type of person that always likes to stay one square away from a line of bombs. So Pengu has a good counter to that.
Yeah, that was a really good counter. Both of these players are known for their defensive skills in the game, though. But I don't know. And they've both proven themselves in other tourneys too, so they're both a favorite in my opinion. Either could come through this.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Mirwen is more accomplished as far as results go, but Pengu is definitely a very worthy opponent at the very minimum.
Yeah.
She has even gotten a win against me in the I think it was BombTag League 2v2, where there was a bit of that.
Yeah, I remember that. Although Pengu did too as well. Remember the one time no one knew she was a good player, and then we all did a really long. You and Pengu did a really long 1v1 at the end. There.
Yeah.
So that was the first time that we noticed her and realized she was one of the better players, I'd say. Because she doesn't play very often. She really only comes on for tournaments.
Yeah, it's nice to see players that are not too active overall, but they come for the tournaments and they really show their skill.
Yeah.
I am one of those people as well now.
Yep.
I don't play much, but whenever there's a tournament, I am in and just show what I've got still.
Helping, hosting, commentating, and of course playing, and usually winning. But we'll see if we break that streak this time.
That would be a streak to break. Well, I lost exactly one tournament so far. It was a 2v2 when I had Salty as my teammate. The cooperation did not work very well.
You guys came in 3rd place that one, right?
3rd to 4th, yeah.
Okay.
We lost the semifinals.
To me and JoJo, actually.
I believe so, yeah.
And then we lost to Mirwen and Noob.
Yeah.
Looks like they're just kind of playing it safe here right now, doesn't it?
Yeah, both players being very safe, staying between all the lines of bombs.
Oh, she almost got Mirwen there again. But Mirwen does not want to go down again. She wants to get Pengu.
Ooh, BomberPengu not taking the chance there. Could have had a good chance to counter Mirwen there.
Yeah.
It seems like BomberPengu has got more chances to take down Mirwen compared to Mirwen having chances to take down Bomber. Mirwen's style is the type of style where she hopes that their opponent makes a mistake and then she can counter. But it's not a lot of...
Mirwen almost killed herself there, I think. This is mostly just a waiting game, isn't it?
Yeah, this is now a sudden death game. Where I believe both players... Oh. Okay. Alright.
Every match so far except for me and JoJo have had draws.
And us too, with me and the other guy.
Yeah. That is great.
So this is now 5 minutes in already and it's still 1-0.
It's gonna be a long one. So which of their farming styles do you prefer? These two?
I actually like both. I'm not sure which one I prefer more. I think BomberPengu has got a more exciting style where she really gets the maximum potential of bombs. But Mirwen does really well as well. I'm really not sure. I like them both very much.
Yeah. They're both different.
They're slightly different, yeah. I'm not sure how to evaluate it.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's got their preferred style.
I wonder if they're gonna...
Oh. That was well played.
That was a nice... Yes, that was very nice.
And with that, BomberPengu is now up 2 games against Mirwen.
Wow. I don't think it's gonna... I'm just gonna make a prediction here and now that I don't think this is going to be a clean sweep for BomberPengu. I think she could win, but I think Mirwen's gonna at least get a few games on her. That's my guess.
I believe so as well. I don't think this is gonna be a clean sweep. Mirwen is the type of player to steal games from people all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Her playstyle is just the type that really can catch some people off guard at certain periods at their weakest point.
Yeah, she can be pretty sneaky. Pengu's a little bit like Kanto, just standing in front of the bombs.
Yeah, Pengu likes to keep things very defensive.
Yes.
So as long as Pengu doesn't get overly aggressive against Mirwen, I think Bomber stands actually a really good chance.
Yeah. Mirwen just has to...
Oh, and a good chain as well. That's
I was gonna say she has to not get nervous or impatient when she's fighting with Pengu.
Yeah. And in that final game we saw BomberPengu's surprise factor coming in.
Yes, that was very surprising. All of them are pretty surprising.
Yeah, Mirwen has got that very kick-heavy style, where she likes to kick bombs and force mistakes out of people. But as a result, she might be in some hot water as well if she gets countered.
It might be better if she were to try something a little bit more precise, maybe, versus Pengu. Because you can't just force a mistake out of Pengu.
Because Pengu plays less, so she might be more rusty, and thus might not have the reactions.
That was a pretty good reaction right there, though, I'd say.
She has some surprisingly good reactions, yeah.
I don't know how she does it, managing to be a fairly low level. She has one other Smurf account. She told me that it's a gold level account, so this is her main account. No, I'm sorry. Her main account is Infinity Ninja, which is a platinum account. This is her secondary account.
Ooh, Mirwen almost fell for it again.
Yeah. Oh, another draw.
Another draw.
But I don't know how Infinity Ninja or Bomber Pengu manages to be so good, even though she's not that high of a level and she never comes on a place.
I am unsure of that either.
Unless she was lying and she actually does, like she's secret in disguise or something.
Maybe she's played other Bomberman type games in another place.
Yeah. She doesn't play like a crazy arcade player, really, does she?
I don't think she does. I might be wrong though.
Crazy arcade players have the distinctive wiggly playstyle. Unless she's just adapted it or something. I don't know. She's a mystery. Looks like she needs some boots though. And was in trouble, but she got out of it. I want Mirwen to take this game. I don't want it to be a clean sweep. What were you gonna say though?
I was gonna say that in that last game, I thought Mirwen was really like almost showing a sign of wow, okay.
Oh. Wow, that was fast.
Like showing a bit of struggle.
I'm curious. Okay.
But this was a clean sweep by Pengu. And now she goes up against me in the semi-finals. That was super one-sided, unexpectedly towards the unexpected side that I did not expect to win. But well deserved. Very well played.
Yes.
And that is the quarterfinals. The semi-finals have been decided now. And that is the end of the quarterfinals. We had one of each unique result in 4-0, 4-1, 4-2 and 4-3. We had 3 expected advancements, but one of these, BomberPenguKing, 4-0ing Mirwen, was unexpected. But with all said and done, our semifinals will be JoJo vs BingBang and Vaza vs Pengu. Will we have a repeat back-to-back finals? Will anyone ever take down Vaza? Tune in next video for the semifinals. But until then, take care everyone.